The idea of palatalized consonants, this additional articulation, is common in Slavic languages. In Russian, almost all of the consonants might be palatalized. You have S, you pronounce it as you pronounce it, and if you have a palatalized, it's S, so you pronounce the S, but the front part of the tongue goes towards the palate. Actually, it's the point where the vowel E is pronounced. So it's S, then we have T and T, and we have D and D, and all the time the front part of the tongue goes towards the soft palate. So it's additional articulation, which should be really understood, because there are also palatal consonants.
Exactly, and when you have a palatal consonant, basically you're articulating that with the big, fat, wide part of your tongue on the hard palate, right?
Well, the thing is that it's the main articulation of this consonant. It's not the additional one. So
Exactly.
this is the strong point about palatalized. And for Russian language especially, the way we distinguish the words is really very often about just this additional articulation. In Olga we have «Я не способна грусти томной», which is languorous. I'm not able to be languorous. And just in two lines, we have the word темный, dark, and they rhyme one with each other. Just listen. Темный, темный. The change of meaning is drastic. What we really change phonetically is just that T becomes T. There are many tiny details. For example, if you have S or Z, it's a little bit different from B or P because of the lip articulation. If we have the context of a soft consonant before E, the change is not that drastic in this case, which is also good to begin in combinations with E, like Onegin, Begut. It's also good because the E gives the tongue the right position for this additional articulation, for the palatalization.
Yeah. So if we have a phonetic D, like in this first example,
yes,
if we have a phonetic D, what does the normal one sound like as opposed to the palatalized one?
Подобно, we have D. Надежде, and here it's two times it's D. D. Дежде. We have S. Сосед. So in one word we have the hard and the palatalized. So it's сосед. 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 В. Тоскливо. В. Тоскливо. And we have явилась. Ви. Явилась. Бегут and будет. We have Б. Будет. And we have Б. Бегут. Г. Онегин. Ги. Онегин. Головой. Головой. К. Красотой. Как. So it's К.
Is it aspirate in Russian? Is the K aspirate or is it unaspirated?
A little bit of aspiration, but not as much, for example, as in English.
Okay.
On stage, it's a little bit more just because you give more effort. So it's как, красотой, and we have soft ones. Звуки, муки, it's ki, мало, and we have меня, смешай. So it's ми, сме, or me in singing меня смешай, or in speech меня смешай. And we have the P, it's подобно, подобно, and we have the P in беспечно. So it's P, беспечно. R, the Russian. The number of trills. In Russian, it's usually 2 or 3. It's normal. But if you want to be really emotional, not as much as in Italian. In Italian, you do it more often.
Right.
If you want to be emotional. In Russian, if you're really emotional, you go for more. But it's not usual for us to go into that many trills. Играло море. Like 3 or 2. Играло море с берегами. So here we have R, Ra, играла, and we have ри, берегами.
And it sounds like when you do that one palatalized, that it really is only a single flip going into that. It's not like you're saying bière.
Yes, with it's less. Well, for me, I feel like two flips, but it's less than the hard one.
So basically, what we're saying with palatalization, as opposed to palatal consonants, is that a palatal consonant you're basically pronouncing on the hard palate. And when we're palatalized, we're saying the consonant where we would normally say it, just with the tongue sort of in an E position. And
Absolutely.
the basic
And
pronunciation is exactly where we expect it to be, though.
yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right, Ellen. What is also should be mentioned that the palatalized ones, the raising of the front part of the tongue is a little bit forward to the teeth than with palatal consonants. That is the thing to be mentioned, and the other things are a subject of a special discussion for real palatal consonants which exist in European languages and the palatalized L and N in the Russian language.